Okay, just doing a live from home today. Haven't done this in a long time. Just wanted to give you guys some information on what's going on because a lot of people are messaging about what's going on with the dogs, the laws, and all that sort of stuff. So I wanted to do this live, just dedicated towards the future of these animals in Turkey. So there's as you guys already are aware of the new laws that are coming in constantly, just more harsher and harsher laws coming in for these stray dogs. Um, uh, Getting them picked up off the streets, taken to shelters. They don't want them on the streets, but there's also not a spay and neuter program in place as well. So it's like, it's a very sad situation for these animals. I just wanted to answer back to everybody that's been messaging me because this is like pretty much answering all the questions. So if you guys have any questions as well, feel free to one sec. Questions about the dogs. Okay, there we go. Start. I just started a Q&A. Okay. Okay, so all right, so yeah. Good morning, Loris. Hello to everybody. Deborah, hello, good morning. Thank you. Also, guys, today we will be also thanking everyone that's becoming a member on our channel and that is a member on our channel. Giving us endless support is very important. For us to continue this online. So if we're not receiving support online, then there's no point in posting anything and doing lives and all that sort of stuff. So the reason why we do all this is so you guys can see what's going on from all across the world, So if we're rescuing animals, if we're feeding them, or if we're standing by them, there's a lot of people that want to help, but that are not able to. So social media has helped with that, and it's done some amazing things. Brought some amazing people together, and we're able to really touch these animals' souls and help them out. Are you gonna make it? Don't give up. So so there was a lot of times where I'm ready to give up and ready to let go, and I just had enough of this whole situation that's going on. That doesn't serve the stray animals. If there was if you ask me, what would you do with the stray laws, and what would you do with these animals? It's quite simple. Okay, if you don't want them on the streets, what you do is you get massive acreage in every single city, and you turn it into a sanctuary, and you have a spay and neutering building close by. And what you do is you take all the dogs there. You leave the local ones that have been around for 3 to 5 years. If they've been on the streets, you leave them there. They're sweet. They've had no problems with anyone. So you keep them there. And all the other ones, the ones that are getting born new and all that, just to take control, so there's not, out of control births taking place. And from that, what you do is you just take them to that sanctuary, you get them desexed, and you have, it's no kill. So, whoever wants to adopt, they can adopt. And you do it like there's a lot of land in this country. There's a lot of land in every country, and there's so much land where you can make an amazing sanctuary and even have stations where you got pit bull stations, you got you know, the dangerous dog stations, the ones that can't get along with humans and can't get along with other dogs. Like, it's not hard, you know, and you don't really need a shelter. Shelter is it's concrete. It's too much. Like, we don't want too much buildings. So just leave them in the wild. Give them a bit of shelter. Give them food. Let them go out. Let them go as far as they can go. You know, you just close off like an area of, let's say, 500,000 square meters or more, you know, depending on the area and how many dogs there are. And then from there, you can bring the population down. It's quite simple. It's not hard. This can be done. Like, we're doing that here in a town. You know, we've got a place where we can take the dogs. We can feed them there. They've got a place to at least rest and sleep and have water and food. And you know, we take them to the city to get spayed and neutered. So it's like a sanctuary. It's like there's a care thing happening, but it's not a shelter. It's not like a enclosed shelter where people, it's controlled. Like, anyone can go in and out. You know, like, it's we haven't taken it to that level, and I think taking it to that level is the issue. When you have shelters, that's when you start having all these problems with workers, and people just can't cope with all that stress, you know, all the barking and all that. Let them out in the wild and let nature take its course, you know what I mean? So as long as you're doing the spaying and neutering, the population will go down. There's going to obviously be sicknesses, and there's going to be death tolls and all that sort of stuff as well. But you know, it's a great way to you know, it's efficient as well. It's not a costly experiment, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm in for. That's what I would want to do if there was a situation like that. But at the moment now, all the dogs in these areas are getting picked up and taken into the shelters. So now in children's parks and residential high population areas, they're getting rid of all of the dogs, which is, you know, not so cool, I guess, because this is going to be a massive amount of dogs getting picked up and taken to shelters. So we don't know what's going to happen with them. We don't know how it's going to go down and what's going to go down. So that's the only issue. Also, guys, if you want to support us and help be a part of our team, click on the join membership button and you can be a part of our team. Click the join membership and you can always support us that way. Yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on here. At least we've got control here in this area, so it's not out of control. I am hearing bad things in other areas. Some areas that don't really like the animals much. You know, there's a lot of suffering going on. So it's just something that I guess, you know, there's got to be better choices made. Do you still have your dogs? Do you still have the property with all the dogs' houses on it? Which one are you talking about? I'm not sure, but the one where I was doing all the lives, that's still functioning. Yeah, that's more advanced now. It looks a lot better than before. So a lot of our old dogs, you know, they've gone old and they've died, they've passed away. They were always sick. So all of our dogs were, none of them were healthy when we found them. You know, they were all going through hell. And you know, we've got Bruce now. So Bruce is pretty much the only one left from that crew up there. And you know, we had a Fist, we had T-Rex, we had, you know, all these amazing, beautiful dogs. Spent some beautiful time with them. Yeah, just thinking about all the good times, the rescues that we've done is quite amazing. You know, I'd like to thank everybody, the audience, people watching us. You know, couldn't have done those big missions without you guys. So I'd like to thank you guys so much for that. Hopefully soon, you know, we can, you know, start doing some bigger things again. We're on standby at the moment, so we're just doing small things, feeds and, you know, little things here and there. So hopefully we get back into it, and I can put some more time and effort into this. So guys, it's quite simple. If you want to support us, you can click the join button. Annie, Modia, Deborah, you guys can click the join button, become a member on our channel, help support us that way. We've just been doing lives lately. I haven't been really posting any videos. The channel's always getting shadow banned. So once the channels are opened up properly, then we'll start posting again. Now it's just a waste of time. There's not many people watching and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. More dogs going to the shelter. Of course, well, the new laws now are stating that the dogs that are just wandering around are dangerous and they will get taken to the shelter. So there's been a lot of situations where the dogs are being picked up, taken to the shelter. These are the new laws that have been passed. But yeah, I'm lucky that this area we've got it under control, as in the team, we know the boys, so we know what dog goes where. The wrong dogs don't get picked up. So it's just one of those things where you can't really go against it. If you do, you're not going to be able to have any leverage or any say or any pull in any way possible for these dogs. So I'd rather just be calm and go from there. You had that property with the bus, and you had the property with the doghouse with the mobile. That bus one is gone, so that's not there anymore. Now we've got that one where there's 3 containers that we put there, and we've closed the whole area off. There's another 3 more containers that have come there too now, and there's a lot of shelter areas as well. So we're taking the dogs there as much as we can, and we're trying to keep them safe there. And it's just a pit stop for them. And the new dogs that get dropped off to these areas will get taken to the main city's shelter. So we've got 42 villages connected to this town, and the dogs that are all in this town are just our responsibility, so it's very hard. And there's a lot of villages, a lot of there's no veterinarians, we were the only veterinarian here. And yeah, so it's a very hard situation. I tried my best for so many years. Spent quite a bit of money on this. And you know what? It was good. Every cent was worth it. So now it's just we're just gonna see what happens. We'll see where the laws come. Like the new laws are stating that you cannot feed the dogs on the streets. You're gonna get fines for it. These are the new laws. So it's like, what are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? So I'm just not really doing any nasty posts or anything. I'm just waiting and patiently, and let's see what happens. Hopefully things start working in our favor, which lately it hasn't been for these animals, but it hasn't been at all actually. So he's still scamming people. Sheriff Williams. Yeah, mate. I don't know how, but maybe you can tell us. You don't have the vet that you had there. He went on to the big city, right? Or is he still with you? No, he's gone to the big city now. He's opened up his own clinic. The only thing we've got here now is a team of people that care for the dogs through the municipality. So I think there's about 4 boys in total that are at the shelter place. And that's it, So the other mayor that was in power before, we done a lot more amazing things together. But when the mayors change, the political parties change, things change, and it's not really we're going well for the dogs. Let's just say that. But it's Turkey wide. So I'm not talking just on behalf of this town. This town's okay, and it could be worse. So there's a lot of areas that are a lot worse. All right, so that's about it, guys. I just wanted to share all this information with you guys. Esver, Brinkman, hello. Guys, don't forget, you can click the join button and become a member, and you guys can always support us that way. Why is she going to say stuff like that? You scam people, you don't scam. You've always done good with them. Dogs, you never scam nobody. So whoever that is, go blow it. It is what it is. I can't really. What are you gonna say to these people, Loris? It's it's if I'm scamming people with my own money, then I guess I don't know what you call that. I'm not here. I've never been here asking for money of people. I've just asked people to be a member on my channel, and in return, I can provide videos and of the stuff that we do, and that's it. But there's always going to be that small parasites, virus, cancer cells within the ecosystem, which is people like Sheriff Williams. They're like parasites, and they eventually die off. So yeah, it's okay. As long as you don't feed them, as long as you don't feed the parasites, they will die. So you got to starve them. And at the moment, that parasite that's on the page right now is starving. And yeah, so that's what that I'm good at stuff like that. So everything's out in the open. And I've been doing this for years. I've got countless amount of videos, countless amount of evidence of what we've done. I'm not even blocking that person, if you've noticed. I'm not deleting the post. I'm not blocking it. It's just jealousy, envy, parasitic, all that sort of stuff. We need them. We need, there's got to be good and evil, there's got to be that. So there's always going to be evil, but good always wins. And these people, they feed off all this sort of stuff, and I don't know what they get out of it, but they must get something out of it. I'm not really sure what it is. I've never felt that. So it's a disease. It's a sickness. So yeah, I'm not gonna delete you or block you. You can write whatever you want. It shouldn't be so mean. You've done good for the dogs. Yeah, well, we'll continue to do good for the dogs. I haven't stopped, and hopefully, like I said, we can get better laws in place that will support the dogs, support us, support the dogs, and we can go from there. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for supporting us. Thank you for the haters as well. We've got to give that one there. Haters are always, when you got haters, that means you're in the right path, because you need them. You need them. Because if you're always just got people loving you, there's something going wrong there, mate. There's got to be something. Like haters have to always be there to let you know that you're doing something right. Not everybody can like what you're doing. So that's why, thank you. And I'll see you guys later. Thanks for supporting.